Sagittarius, something is being shaken up around you. Something is being leveled. Something is being shaken up. All hell's breaking loose. And the challenge is that there is going to be this energy of somebody that is poking around, asking questions, irritating you. And it just hit me as we're doing this. I'm thinking, I'm part Saggy. I'm Saggy rising. So this, for me, is my boss. For many of us, this is, because we're talking in terms of a month here. It can't even be a season, but this person is picking at us. This person is irritating, and your boss can be a motherfucker from hell, can't he or she? For me, it's probably my boss. For you, it can be somebody that you work with picking at you, somebody that you're trying to have a relationship with. But for this, some of you, this may be your child. Some of you, this may be your significant other. It's about the energy. But I don't know what's going on here, but here's the deal. In your subconscious, way down deep in the 5D, you are at a crossroads. There is something that you have not. There is still some decision. There is still some place that you're finding yourself where you're not necessarily sure what your next step is, right? And most of us want to be 5 or 6 steps ahead. I know I want this, and this is how I'm going to get it, right? We got a plan, how we're going to succeed at what we're doing or what we want out of life, right? And we wish that we could be 5 or 6 steps ahead, but I feel for many of us, we can't even we're kind of stuck, not really knowing what to do. And I feel that is what's going on here. I feel it has to do with the recent past. There was a connection. I'm going to have to tell you another way that I can see this, and another reader would probably even maybe have, this card could supersede this one in the sense that it came before, because this is the recent past, and then the Tower came, which is telling me that this right here got jacked. This connection took a hit, if we're going to read it in terms of, depending on how far back we want to go. But it can just be a partnership. Now, this connection here can be an employment such connection. This is you and your boss. This is you and your coworker. And we're supposed to all work together towards the pinnacle of stability, 3 of Pentacle card. Okay? That's what we're supposed to do. If we do that, then our company succeeds. We get more money. We get possibly a bonus. If there's profit sharing and so forth in your company. As a result of this energy here, there was love. I feel many of you had a lot of love, and you still possibly still have a lot of love. And, you could argue that there is very deep love, because this is a motherly energy. The Queen of Cups is a motherly, nurturing energy that just wants to take care of people. She takes care of her kids. She takes care of her mother. There's a sense of deep nurturing that you can only get from a mother. Now, this can be your love for, because this can be the love of your job, the love of your company, the love of your position, the challenges, the options that you've been able to achieve at your employment and so forth. And what is before you is Temperance. What do you know? Sagittarius card. I love it when Spirit does that. Thank you, Spirit. He lets us know what's going on. That is an angelic being. I feel you are being guided. I feel that you will be blessed. You will be protected by Spirit, because your advice is the World card. You are graduating to the next level. This whole thing may seem, if this is a deeper message for some of you, which can be that there was a connection in the past that blew up, and you are asking questions now. That is the challenge, is you don't know what happened. See, these cards can be read many different ways. We can take this same Celtic and we can do experiments with the other readers, and we'll have similar messages, but there'll be some differences. So for some of you, Saggies, what I just said is the case. There was a connection. It blew up. You're asking questions, and Spirit's telling you that what's coming is there's angelic protection. To succeed, you must learn all the lessons. You must understand what happened. Many times we don't get closure, right? There's no closure to be had because people shut down. They don't want to talk. I myself have had more non-closure than closure. And what I have found is closure really isn't going to do anything for you. I feel like you have to find your own closure. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you can do about it. And that's the part that's frustrating, is the helplessness that we feel. But you know, life is that way. I mean, you're driving down the street and somebody fucking sideswipes you. You didn't know it was going to happen. It just happened. And we were born to be able to take some of this and convert that energy into something else and use that energy to take us to the next level. Some of you are saying, I don't see anything out of this that I learned out of this. Why? What was the purpose of this? Why did I have to get jacked? You know, why did I have to, my heart have to get broken? Okay, not everything is you're not going to understand it right now, but in the future you will understand it, and it's going to make sense for you. The story's not over. Spirit has your back. He's telling you right here, you are being guided in your surroundings, in your environment, the magician. I feel another major arcana here. I feel Spirit saying, hey, I'm giving you all the tools that you need to succeed. Just keep going, keep moving forward. Have hope, have faith in your hopes and fears. You want enlightenment. You want to know what's going on, Saggy. You want to know what's going on. But in your overall projected outcome, if you don't learn the lessons right here, you are heading for this. This is called, for many people, the dark night of the soul. This can be agony and being tormented by thoughts. I'll read this to you guys. I've read it to you before. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. You know what that means? That means that you have a choice to accept the thought or reject it. And for those of you that say, well, I can't control it. Yes, you can control it. Moment by moment, you have to choose. That's what that Lover's card is all about. That's the other side of that card, is talking about that God gives you free will. And God says you are responsible for your thoughts and for your actions. I know somebody right now that through therapy, through regression, going back to the pain, and in their childhood, they brought back a childhood wound. Literally a wound that they had on the playground that they forgot about. They got over it. You know, they never felt it anymore. Years had gone by, 40-something years goes by, and through therapy and through regression, a childhood wound has resurfaced. And now this person who already has pain, who's already suffering from fibromyalgia, liver issues, all kinds of problems, now has another one to add to the physical pain that she is in. And you tell me that's therapy? You tell me that's good? You tell me that's going to help somebody? I call bullshit. And God calls bullshit on it too. You know why? Because he says, do not take thoughts that are not in your best interest. Think on things that are just. Think on positive things. Why? Why do we want to think on positive things? We want to think on positive because whatever you think on is what you will produce. If you think about failure and rejection and how worthless you are and taking those thoughts of worthlessness and so forth, if you accept those thoughts and you don't replace them with positive, hey, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. If God be for us, who can be against us? You don't have to be religious. Science has proven that patients, when they are surrounded by laughter and joy, that their bodies heal. You guys ever want to watch a good movie? Go watch Robin Williams' movie that he did years ago. I forget the name of it, but he's a doctor. It's based on a true story, and he goes in there and makes them kids laugh, and it brought people healing. Why? Because we need to be positive. We cannot focus on the pain. We cannot focus on the failures of the past and the heartbreak of the past, or it will continue to manifest itself over and over and over and over. And Spirit's saying, do not focus on the pain. And World card, it's time to graduate. The graduation starts in your mind.